Hold your own tickets. Hold your own tickets, please.
You know, I've lived out here in Hollywood for over 20 years, and this is the first time I've ever seen Jack Benny in person.
Well, you're certainly going to enjoy yourself because Benny's a great personality.
Very popular, too.
Look, if he's so popular, how come they have to work so hard to get people to come down here to see his show, huh? Well, yesterday, my wife sent me to the fish market, and when I got home and unwrapped the package, this ticket was sticking out of a halibut's mouth.
Well, that's not so bad, but I wish they wouldn't get so sneaky about it.
Sneaky?
Well, last night I was at the movies. I reached under my seat to put my gum there, and someone shoved this in my hand.
And I got mine at the Chinese restaurant when I bit into a fortune cookie.
From Hollywood, the Jack Benny Program, with Jack's guests, Lorrae, Desmond, and the Marquis Chimps.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Now, the reason I came out wearing this hat is because I have, as my guest tonight, one of the most popular singing stars in Australia. In fact, last summer when I did a personal appearance tour there, she worked with me in Sydney and Melbourne. I not only worked in Australia, but I was a regular tourist. I went every place. And one of the places I visited was the world-famous Bondi Beach, and it's beautiful. See, I wanted to go swimming there, but the only thing is, during the day, sharks came in close to the shore. So I inquired what they do in a case like that. And what they told me is really true. This is a true story, ladies and gentlemen. They explained to me that the lifeguards sit way, way up on a high tower, you see? And when they see the sharks come in, they blow a whistle, the people get out of the water and give the sharks a chance to swim. Then when the sharks leave, they blow another whistle, the people get back in again, and it's their turn to swim. Well, I got news for you. I wouldn't get in that water for $1 million. With my luck, I'd run into a shark who learned how to blow that second whistle. And another thing, suppose when all the sharks go back, one of them just doesn't feel like joining the others. He stays behind. Now, they tell me when this happens and you run into one, you just lie there in the water motionless. Don't move. Don't alarm the shark. How do you like that? They're worried about the shark. Well, to show you what a coward I am, I had a room at the beach, you see. I was taking a bath. I heard a whistle, and I jumped out of the tub. But anyway, as I said before, I really had a wonderful time in Australia. And I told the young lady who was on my stage show that if she ever came to the United States, I wanted her as a guest on my television program. And tonight, I am very happy to present Miss Lorrae Desmond.
Lots of cow making lots of eats. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet, ow, wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, so lovely sitting at the bloomin' Lutley stew. I would never budge till spring crept over me windowsill. Someone's there resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be. Who takes good care of me? I wouldn't it be lovely? Lovely, lovely. Ah, lovely sitting at the bloomin' Lutley still. I would never budge till spring crept over my windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be. Who's gonna take good care of me? I wouldn't it be lovely? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Cool. Wouldn't I be absolutely lovely?
Lorrae, come out here, will you please? Lorrae, it's nice to be working together again, isn't it?
Yes, Jack, I love it.
And I hope you're enjoying this country as much as I enjoyed being in Australia.
I'm having a wonderful time.
Well, I'm glad. Now, Lorrae, tell me, how would you compare Australia with the United States?
Well, Jack, it's quite difficult to compare the two. You see, in Australia, we have acres and acres of sheep ranches.
Well, we have that here in America, too. We have sheep ranches, you know.
Well, we have the Sydney Harbour, which is supposed to be one of the most beautiful harbors in the world.
Well, I saw it, and I must admit you're right. But in San Francisco, we have a harbor, Lorrae, that's hard to beat.
I see. Well, Jack, we have one thing in Australia that you haven't got.
What's that?
In Melbourne, we have kangaroos that can jump 20 feet in the air.
Oh, yeah? Well, in Los Angeles, we've got pedestrians that would make them look like nothing. I just did 18 feet on my way to work this morning. But, Lorraine, I did enjoy my stay in Australia last summer, and I loved the audiences in Sydney and Melbourne.
You were a big hit with them, Jack. And I understand after we finished those two engagements, you were going to do a one-man show in the Aborigine country.
The Aborigine country?
Yes, that's where they have those wild, primitive tribes in the outback.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, I was supposed to do a show for those fellows, you see, but I canceled it when I found out they had me billed as the American hors d'oeuvre. Anyway, again, may I say I enjoyed my stay in Australia.
You know, Jack, you have a lot of fans in Australia. And over there, they still talk about those television shows you did with the monkeys.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, they like them over here, too, you know, very well.
Oh, it was so funny. Tell me, Jack, how did you ever get the idea of using monkeys on your show?
Well, this was quite a while ago. You know, I happened to be in Las Vegas, and I was having dinner in one of the casinos where they have the shows, you see. And on the stage, in that particular show, they had the marquee chimps, this wonderful monkey act. And they were so great that I said, I must have them on my show. See, I'd never had them before. So I found out that the fellow who owns this act, Mr. Detroit, lived right in Los Angeles. So a few days later, I went over to his house to talk to him. Thank you very, very much, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. And now I'd like to bring out my guests. First, my guest from Australia, Miss Lorrae Desmond. Lorrae, I want to thank you for flying all the way from Australia just to be on my show.
Jack, I didn't come here just to do your show. That's not true.
I know, but it sounds better. If they want the truth, they can watch Huntley Brinkley.
What's Huntley Brinkley?
I'll explain that when I explain Cucamonga. And now I'd like to bring out my other guests, Mr. Detroit and the Marquis Chimps. Mr. Detroit, it was a pleasure having you on the show, and the Chimps performed beautifully. They really did. Oh, thank you. By the way, do you mind if I show the audience that trick they do with the banana?
Oh, not at all.
Do you happen to have a banana with it?
Always have a banana.
Right? It's a wonderful trick I must show you. Would you open this for me, please? Now.
You come
Now, do I put it on his head? Is that the trick?
Yeah, that's the trick. Right on there.
Right on there. All right. Now, let's see. All right. All right, you can eat it now. You can eat it.
You heard what the man said? You can eat it now.
You can eat it now.
Go on, take it away.
Wait a minute. Give me some. Well, thanks again, all of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a story that I'd like to tell you. It seems that there were two monkeys in the zoo in San Diego, you see, and one monkey said to the other, "How long have you been in?" You see? So the other monkey said, "I've been in about 4." Good night, folks. I'll be seeing you soon.